What's going on, everybody? Walter with UTV Obsessions. We're back again. Wanted to do a little build breakdown on this. We didn't do a ton to it, but we did save the customer quite a bit of labor in fixing the car with the original issue after this customer sent it for a swim over at the dunes on accident. It wasn't intentional, just a water crossing that was a little too deep, a little deeper than they thought it was, and so caused the motor to take in just some water. So we had to fix that first. But Fred, the stock stereo system in this car, and a couple other things that we had to fix as well. So wanted to walk around this car and just show you one of the upgrades we did do for him while the car was here was we hooked him up with a 6,000 pound Black Ops Super ATV winch. That way, because this guy is going to be going to the woods quite a bit with this, and he needed something nice and strong to pull trees out of the way if needed. So we went ahead and did that. By the way, those Super ATV winch mounts for the new 2024s, they fit very well. So shout out to Super ATV for that. We also, this was a Ultimate model, so it had the rear camera, and the customer wanted us to add the front camera as well. So that's a factory Polaris accessory. We were able to get him that as well. Next thing we did was added a set of Assault Bomber mirrors, side mirrors. We also did Assault Bomber rearview mirror. We got his stereo fixed. We were able to save his front two speakers. We did have to get him a new factory Fosgate amp from Polaris, which we're able to get all those factory parts as well to get that back and working. But instead of putting the stock speakers back in, which he did smoke both back ones, they got fried when they went underwater. We hooked him up with a set of DS18 pods. Now these pods, these are super nice because obviously on this car, they fit inside the cage. This customer's got a rear window, and he wanted to keep obviously the speakers on the inside of the cab. When you have them from the factory in the Ultimate, they're down here in a little case or a little pod that comes from them. I think we've got one of the takeoffs right there, but yeah, so we were still able to get them tucked nice and neat up inside the cage, so they're still inside the cab, which is super rad. And then of course those sound 100 times better than those stock speakers. So shout out to DS18 for making those good speakers, and they're pretty inexpensive honestly compared to what you pay for the stock speakers. When you price it out, these aren't much more than putting new factory speakers in. So we were able to do that as well. We got him hooked up with a new OEM belt and got his clutching figured out because that all got wet as well when it went into the water crossing. So we got him figured out and dialed in there. But and then we also put a light 'em up day whip on this thing. He didn't want to do lighted whips or anything, but we did do a day whip. We got him all situated right there with the quick release and all that, so that's super rad. But yeah, just a pretty simple build for this. He's got a lot more coming. We've got a wiper kit that we got to do next round. We're going to do the EMP electronic wiper and washer kit on this thing so that he's ready to ride for the winter. And yeah, probably a couple other upgrades for him that he's going to need. We'll probably have to do suspension work. We'll get him hooked up on some springs so he's riding nice and smooth out there. But this car's going to be an all-around dune and trail ride or trail rig, so we wanted to make sure he had the best of both worlds. So if you guys need a build done like this, or you've got one of the new 2024 RZRs and you just don't know what to do with it, bring it to UTV Obsessions, man. We'll give you tons of ideas and can hook you up on the parts. So we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you stay tuned with all the content we're making. And then in the eye above up here, I will drop the link to where all the parts came from, which is our website, utvobsessions.com. So if you have any questions, feel free to call or drop us an email. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.